Hello everyone, welcome back to SAYAM Draws. So glad you could join me today. As always, we're just going to be drawing and chatting together, so if you brought a sketchbook or a tablet with you, feel free to draw along. Otherwise, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the stream. I think today we'll finally be able to finish up our sphere here. All we need to do is just work on this shadow area right here, and then work on the background, the dark background way in the back here. So let's get started. First off with this shadow here, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this background color and we're going to try to color in a bit more closer to the shadow itself, and then we're going to connect it with a tone that is going to nicely transition from the dark to the background. So just fill this part in like so, all around, just all around. Now we have to find a sort of tone that's going to sit in nicely. So let's go up to our palette here. It looks like we need something in the mix of this tone right here. Just squinting down, looking down at my reference, just really making sure that I'm getting the right kind of tone, and maybe just a bit more light. So we're going to take that and we're going to make ourselves a lighter tone here. So why don't we go in, right? This is a bit scary because I don't want to mess this up, but it's a bit scary, but we're going to lightly just very lightly, just brush outward from the shadow to the background. It's going to make a nice tone, nice transition from the darker to the light. All right, and I think this is actually a very good tone that we've picked here. I think this is rather nice. I think it's going to make ourselves a very nice gradation here. Just going to go all around like so. Maybe going sideways instead of vertically. That might make it a bit easier to make a nice transition. Just going to keep going all around. Right. Very good. And over here, things get a little bit fadey. Something like that. Right. And I think that's looking okay. Let's just sort of try to blend it into the darkness a bit more, into the shadow, so that we don't quite see all of the hard edges. And while we're working on that, let's listen to a song. This song is called Aspiration by Joseph Colors. Let's have a listen.
Let's do it one more time. All my failures on display like a gallery, and my friends all doing better than me, so it seems. Tell myself one day you'll find that energy. Then I'm back on my addictions, swimming deep in dopamine. What a terrible place to be. And not here, nor there, find me in the in-between. What a terrible place to be. And not here, nor there, always stuck in agony.
Again, that was Aspirations by Joseph Colors. If you like this song, I'll leave the link in the description below. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make a bit more blend into the background here. I think it's turning out a bit nicely. Just keep on working the area. Hello Edric Acero, thanks for joining me today. So glad you're here. I hope you enjoy the stream. I think what we've got here is we've got a pretty good gradation. It's not the best, clearly. It's not the best, but it's also a learning process, and by practicing we will certainly get better. I think what I can do is I can actually bring this out just a bit more slightly. This darker part of the shadow is just going to extend slightly more outwards, like so. Just going to get that nice long shadow shape. Slowly blend into the background like so. There we go. Let's call that a finished shadow. It's not perfect, but we'll call it finished. Before I work on the background a bit more and finish this up, before I forget, I just want to really go into the areas where it's just slightly bit off. They're kind of bothering me, which is why I just really want to go deep right into them. Just make sure I get these little tiny errors fixed up before I forget about it and call this a finished product. Looks good. Maybe just slightly bring this part down like so. It's a little bit better. Let's grab this here. then again, whoa. Don't go away. Come back. There's nothing to fear. You're gonna come to life soon. Well, it's already sort of alive, but the background still has work to be done. For now, let's listen to another song. And this next song is called See That by seolwon.
우리 둘만의 놀이 폭죽 없이도 완벽한 불꽃놀이 더는 위험해 빠질 것 같아 헤어낼 수 없는 건 너란 바다에 We don't care anymore 애들처럼 굴어봐 미니마니모 내 우주 보여줄게 우주 시레시레 거봐 이미 넌 시레시레 어색하지 처음엔 다 그래 멈추지 마 Please don't stop the music ooh, ooh.
같은 뜨거운 장난 지금 바로 보여줄게 원해 바람아 불어라 blow your mind 지금 이 순간을 태워버리게
난 너만의 마마시다 내 주문에 넘어져요 랄라타타 You can feel me, you can drive me 어디로든 가는 일단 올라타타
어색하지 처음엔 다 그래 멈추지 마 Please don't stop the music ooh, ooh.
어서 말해줘 더 말해줘 네 맘을 더 내게 보여줘 언제까지나 나를 지켜주고 싶었다고 숨기지 말고 바로 지금 말해줘 어서 말해줘 더 말해줘 네 맘을 더 내게 보여줘 언제까지나 나를 지켜주고 싶었다고 숨기지 말고 지금 Hit me like thunder Oh yeah We don't care anymore Let's get it. Hit me like thunder. We don't care anymore. Hit me like thunder. Oh yeah. We don't care anymore. Let's get it. Hit me like thunder. We don't care anymore.
That one was See That by seolwon. Again, if you like that, I'll be sure to leave a link in the description below. I've decided to tone down this background color just a bit. Make it a bit lighter. So we're just filling it in now. Without trying to hit the edges here. And this is actually going to go all the way to the corner here. From this corner, we are going to see a bit of a color change. But before we do that, let's let's fill in the area close to the edge right here. Just gently, so that we know that we are actually being accurate and trying to make a straight edge instead of a wobbly line. There we have our straight edge, just going all the way to the end of the surface. There we go, very nice. It's a nice tone. Now let's figure out a good transition tone between this shade here, oops, and this one right there. It's too light. It's not fitting in there nicely. Maybe just this tone itself will work nicely, and I think it actually does. So we're just going to gently let this disappear into each side, like so. Color that all the way around, like so. That's a pretty good transition, except that it looks a bit unangled, or angled unevenly. It should just be straight. Good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try to take a lighter tone than what we've got, and we're just going to gently go through the edges, because actually it's not very hard edges that we see here. They kind of blend into each other. Plus, making these edges softer will highlight the circle more, because the circle is mostly just hard edge all around it. It's a very dark sphere, and the background is very light, so there's not a lot of edges where the edges lost and such. It's mostly just kind of being very standoffish with the background. So when we do this, it will permit us to accentuate, right, that sharpness of the circle, and it's going to add a bit of more interesting clarity, I suppose, to the drawing itself. Like so. Going to get rid of my palette now, simply by erasing the layer underneath. And there you have it, folks. Our circle. As a final touch, I'm going to change the canvas size. The height, or wait, is there a way to do this by just scaling it? I think there was just then. I didn't see it, but I can just grab the top here and bring it all the way down like so. I can grab the bottom, bring it all the way up like so. Click OK. There you have it. There is our sphere, sitting in a nice, a pretty light room. I'd critique this about I don't know, if I'm being easy on myself, maybe a 6 or so. Mostly because this area right here is actually supposed to be a lot lighter. It's not that dark. But in any case, I'm quite happy with how this has turned out. Let me just do one more thing, actually. Because apparently here, on the top, there is this interesting phenomenon going on where it's a bit light for some reason. I don't know why. It's just how it is in the image here. So I just want to kind of capture that if I can. It's like a bit of a highlight, I suppose. Gives it a bit more realism. And very nice. Let me see if I can't fill in this dark area a bit more. Seems oddly uneven. I think I quite like that. It's a lot better. It looks. We're just gonna go around it, try to help it fade in. That's pretty good. think we can call that a finished drawing. Let me just quickly add my signature at the bottom here. Maybe slightly smaller, 40 or so. Okay, this doesn't like to follow my instructions very clearly, so